Hiya from the Hollywood Reporter. I'm here with Rhett and Link.
Hello,
Hi,
welcome
guys.
welcome to the Good Mythical Morning basement.
Thank you so much.
Basement.
It's like Uncle Jack's rec room in here.
Yeah.
Tell us
I
about
like
Uncle
it.
Jack.
Yeah, Uncle,
Was he weird?
You know, a little bit.
We're not weird. This is not going to be weird at all.
Guys,
Not
if
gonna
you
be.
have any questions for Rhett and Link, please leave them in the comments below. We're going to talk to them about all their many projects. You have a podcast called Ear Biscuits.
Yes.
You have Good Mythical Morning. And then
Right.
you also have Buddy System.
Yeah.
And Buddy System is on YouTube Red. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah.
It's like a whole wheat bread. YouTube bread it's healthier for you than normal bread. That's not how you said it. but
Gluten-free.
That's how we say it a lot. We say YouTube bread. That's my answer. Brett, what's your answer?
Well, my answer is Buddy System is a... You want me to tell you what YouTube Red is?
Oh, I know.
And I think you want to know what Buddy System is.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh,
Buddy System
We're
is
in
it is the funniest show that we have ever made that's called Buddy System. And it's about our friendship. We're playing ourselves as two guys who have this weird job that's difficult to explain, as two guys who make an internet show, and what might happen if that show were to be compromised, specifically by a co-ex-girlfriend, which is not too far from the truth, because we have dated and kissed the same ladies in the past.
yes.
Just not at the same time, in the same place.
Not that we know of.
And it's a story of us trying to regain control of Good Mythical Morning. So the first episode is free on YouTube Red on our channel, Good Mythical Morning.
It's called Tucked Up.
Yeah, Tucked Up.
And then from there, there's 7 more episodes that determine the fate of Good Mythical Morning.
We've got a music video in every episode, so that's something that, people who may not be familiar with Good Mythical Morning or Buddy System probably know that we did a lot of musical comedy way back in the day. So we've got a musical number in each episode, and things just gets very strange. And if you like strange
gets
things
strange.
that make you question, like, what? How did
Why?
I get here? Why am I watching this?
Who are these guys?
Then you're gonna love.
Why did they
you're gonna love
come
it.
up with this?
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about Tucked Up, because
What's in their
this-
hair? No.
In Tucked Up, you discover a newfound confidence from tucking your shirt into your underwear.
Well, studies have proven it. I don't know if those studies are legitimate. That's what's brought into question. But I mean, I have an undershirt that's tucked in
But not
to
your
my
underwear.
pants right now. Like
Yeah, but it's not tucked into your
like
underwear.
it's tucked into my. But I could tuck it into my underwear
And you should.
right now.
I mean, you can if you want to. But
Let me see what kind of.
it's interesting because it's the kind of thing that you write because it makes sense that you would tuck your shirt into your underwear to gain confidence. But we just did it in the show. We haven't been doing it personally until right now. It's happening personally.
I think
right
this is
now.
going to help. This is
You
going to
don't
help
want
the interview.
camouflage underwear? Like, what? You plan on going hunting later?
Oh, you don't know what I do in my own time.
Your skivvies?
Guys, we have a question from Facebook.
Oh.
So, Alia wants to know, was keeping things hidden while filming Buddy Systems hard, especially when you record a daily show? For example, Rhett's beard.
For example, my beard. What are you talking about, my beard? My beard was never shaven, and it was never fake for at least 2 weeks on Good Mythical Morning. It was actually difficult to hide it because it was so obvious that the fake beard that I was wearing on Good Mythical Morning was fake. So, yeah, I did... Well, first of all, we did take a short break. So we didn't just shoot GMM all through the summer. So there was a little bit of a break there while we were shooting. But, yeah, the biggest thing to hide was my fake beard, which... I had to wear this fake beard not only on Good Mythical Morning, but like to a number of events. I felt so self-conscious the entire time. And
And he didn't tell, well, because we couldn't, it was best not to tell, like, the other people on the panel.
yeah,
Like, we were on a YouTube panel, and,
I would see people look down at my beard.
like, Shay Carl was on a panel with us.
He looked at it for a second.
And he looked at, and he's a friend of ours, but we were just like, you know what? We're not even going to get into it. So we didn't even tell him.
No.
But he
Why?
looked down at it.
Yeah. But
Was he disappointed?
But you got to think.
He never found out. He never acknowledged it.
What are the chances that this beard is fake? Why would someone have a fake beard on? So it doesn't
Why would
actually
anyone
cross,
do that?
It
cross
would be
your
so
mind to
weird.
ask the question.
Well,
his beard looks funny today.
I think it crossed his mind, but then the second thought was, if I ask Rhett, "What's up with your beard?" That's kind of a rude question. How do you ask?
Because maybe his beard's always been like that. Maybe his beard's always been fake, and if I ask him, he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
We have another question from Facebook.
Sabina asked, "What was your children's reaction to Buddy System?"
Children's
Our
reaction.
children, my kids were watching cuts of the show all along the way because I was watching cuts of the show at home and giving edit notes. I don't know. I mean, we're both giving edit notes, but I don't know how much of it your kids were looking over your shoulder. But I would invite them and get.
I didn't show it to them until they watched the whole thing all
Oh,
together
really?
at the premiere. Yeah.
Because
That's exciting.
all of the notes, edit notes I gave, and I know you saw all of my notes. Those are just my kids.
Oh, good.
Like I actually
That-
gave no
that
input
explains
on the.
so much. We had a premiere where we watched all 8 episodes together, and since the story is pretty much one big arc throughout the whole season, so you can watch it like the film, and all the episodes are available now, so you could just binge watch it together. But my oldest son, Locke, who's 12, I was like, "What'd you think about it?"
And it's not an automatic. He's gonna like it just because you're his dad.
He's honest, and he was like, "It's the best thing you've ever done."
Nice.
I was like, okay, that's good. That's what I think. I'm glad my child is confirming that.
And Lily brought a couple of her friends to our screening, and she's 13, and that's a precarious age in terms of how they're gonna relate to a parent who's made something that has a lot of testicle jokes in it.
Yeah, there are quite a few.
There's a lot of opportunity for embarrassment.
But she was she seemed really proud,
That's nice.
with her friends there at the end. So that made me feel good.
I'm sure that your kids you have influenced your kids in their kind of their comedic abilities. But how have they influenced you? Did you get any good tricks or good understanding now that they're like kind of coming into YouTube age? Is there anything that you're learning from them?
I'm just learning that I'm not going to let them start their own YouTube channel
You've decided.
At a certain point, it won't be up to us.
as
though.
many times as they ask. When they're 18, I guess they can do it. No, I think it is. We have a very broad audience to everything that we do. Everything we do. If you're a kid, you can watch it. Your parents will let you watch it, but we make things that are targeted towards us and the stuff that we would find funny, and that we do find funny. But it is having like an audience member in your own home that you can get feedback from, and you see the stuff that they naturally gravitate towards. You see the episodes of, I'd like to say that my family sits down every single morning and watches Good Mythical Morning like so many of the mythical beasts do, but really what they do is something that's probably a little bit more common, which is they pick and choose the episodes that they want to watch. I mean, they're going to see me anyway that day.
Yeah.
And so you start seeing,
Yeah.
oh, you guys only choose to watch these kinds of episodes. I understand. So you kind of use them as a little focus group. That's the only reason I had children,
Right.
was to use them as a focus group.
My
The love came as a secondary thing.
yeah, very much far second. I have farming relatives, and
Farming relatives.
they they have children just to work the fields.
Right.
It's legal,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
My grandfather, he had like 7 siblings, and they all slept in like one bed that was just made of straw.
I've heard this story.
And they milked cows, and I don't know, castrated donkeys, and I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to castrate it. It's a mule you don't have to castrate. They're
But
infertile.
You got to do it for a
A
donkey.
mule cannot make
If you don't do it to a donkey, you'll end up with another mule.
if there's a horse involved. Yeah.
Right.
Are we right about that, Facebook? Let us know
Let us
below.
know if we're right.
What
Can
is
we
it-
Right
turn
about
the
mules.
comment section into conjecture on the
And specifically,
procreation of mules?
The theory is that a mule is a cross between a donkey and a horse, but is the infertile offspring of a donkey and a horse.
That's the theory? That's a fact.
That's my theory.
Oh,
Facebook, let us know. We have another question?
We do. Jeff wants to know what your favorite episode of Buddy System is.
Oh.
I like the episode for the roller skating gang episode is episode 4. I I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
It was cool to have Molly Shannon on. You know, we were watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas last night. Well, I take that back. The kids were watching it, and then I came home from a party.
Yeah, you're always coming home from parties.
What did you kids do while I was at a party? And they said they watched The Grinch. I was like, Molly Shannon's in that. She was in our show. They're like, yeah, the babysitter pointed that out.
we didn't notice.
Well, she was in heavy makeup.
Yeah, that in episode 5.
It's cool to work with her.
The very next episode, episode 5, is all about our character Maxwell, played by Paige Kennedy, who is a magician who can actually do real magic. And he has to impress the chairman of the Magic Association of the Americas, who was played by Chris Parnell. So that was a fun episode. I think one of the most thrilling things in the whole process was we conceptualize and write something in a room that makes us laugh. We have in mind what this character might look like, but then when you have somebody like Molly Shannon or Chris Parnell or Leslie Bibb come
Or
in,
Tobias. I mean, even who
yeah.
was the rollerblading gang leader, Dylan. I mean,
how do you say his last name? Jelinek.
Jelinek. He was in Stranger Things.
Strangers with Candy.
I'm told he was in Atlanta, but I haven't seen him in Atlanta. He must be in the finale.
The last 2 episodes, he said.
Okay.
That's what he told me.
Yeah,
But
I haven't seen him.
to see them bring
He's also in a Skype commercial.
He is. I saw that, and he's
funny.
playing. He's at the head
He's
of
the
the
boy.
table.
He's the head of the.
Yes.
Was it a Skype commercial?
Lyft. Yeah, Lyft or Skype.
Why would I have thought Skype?
I don't know.
Because because there's a Y in both.
But
of
to
them.
finish my point,
Can I hold?
No,
Can you hold your point?
You hold your point.
Can you hold your point?
Because I kind of started this.
Can you finish it?
I'll,
so I can talk about
later.
Skype?
I'll tell you the difference between Skype and Lyft. But I think it's the kind of thing that I should do just like after the interview.
What about mules, though? Are you going to talk about mules?
No,
Did you have a point?
I did.
A definition.
We have a definition. Okay. Well, I know that I'm right. So
Can he
don't
finish
worry.
his point? I'm
point
trying to
is-
let him finish his point.
Instead of listening to Link read lines that we've written, I much prefer to listen to Tobias or Chris Parnell or Molly Shannon do it.
Me too.
And because it's just a lot fresher. I've been with this guy a long time.
We should have written more about Skype, though.
Yeah.
He's really funny in that commercial.
Well, that's what season 2 of Buddy System's all about, is the difference between I work for
Skype
Lyft
and
and he
Lyft.
works for Skype.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're merging. I don't know if you've heard, but
Yeah.
who owns
It's called Skift.
Microsoft owns Skype, and they're acquiring Lyft.
Yeah.
And Microsoft is changing their name to the I is being changed to a Y, so it's still pronounced Microsoft, but it's with a Y. Microsoft with a Y.
We have another question from Facebook.
Yes,
Yeah.
for our last one.
Last
we have
one.
a comment on the mule situation.
Okay,
before
look-
we have a buddy system question.
Let's get a quick comment on the mule and then a question.
Okay, all right, really quickly. So Emma has a definition here for us. A mule is the offspring of a male donkey, a jack, and a female horse, a mare. Horses and donkeys are different species with different numbers of chromosomes. Of the two F1 hybrids, first generation hybrids, between these two species, a mule is easier to obtain than a hinny, which is the offspring of a female donkey, which is a jenny, and a male horse.
So basically, you were right.
I was right.
Right.
You were right about the mule.
Thanks,
Well,
Emma.
but I was also right.
You were also right about
Because we were-
Microsoft.
Right.
Well, about the mule, because we were in agreement.
Yes.
Right. Link agreed with
Right,
me, and
you were both
that made
right.
him right.
And then we have
But listen, my mom owns donkeys.
Does she breed them with horses to make mules?
It's their business.
She
Meaning,
she just lets
no,
them
it's not.
mingle?
It's not. They don't have.
Because if you put a donkey with a horse, you're bound to get a mule.
what
you
I'm
have
saying,
to keep them in separate pens.
What I'm saying is, it's not. They don't have a business of doing that. It's their business. Stay out of it.
Let's talk more about
It's their
Skype and
business.
Lyft.
All right, we got one last
Could be
question.
called
We
light.
got one last question for Buddy
Yeah,
System.
from Maddie. She wants to know what was the hardest episode to film of Buddy
What
System.
was the hardest episode to film?
For me, the Peter episode.
You're starting to think about the number, and then you're like, I'm not going to do
Yeah, forget that.
guess it. That was episode
Who cares?
6.
Episode 6, I was a naked man with dorts. I mean, I wasn't. That's basically what it was.
That's shorts that are made from dirt.
Would
just in
this
case
be
you're
the
wondering.
implied nudity episode?
No,
that's the next
that's
episode.
every other episode.
The next episode is when our the hallucinogenic versions of us who are a figment of Link's imagination, who then break the hallucination barrier, enter the real world, and wreak all kinds of havoc.
It's pretty straightforward.
And of course, we have to deal with them in a certain way. But before we deal with them in a way that you need to watch in order to figure out, we have to, of course, perform a barbershop quartet with them, which involves them being naked.
And it involves cornets.
Cornets.
Which is another name for a trumpet. There's a difference, but similar to like mules and donkeys,
Right.
I don't know what the heck they are. A cornet is not a trumpet.
Right.
And if you put a trumpet...
If anyone knows, leave it. No. Just
If you
kidding,
put a
just
trumpet
kidding.
and a saxophone...
No, let's
in the
do
same-
that.
If you put a trumpet and a saxophone in the same pen, they will not
Make a
mate.
cornet.
They don't mate, because instruments don't mate.
Let us know, Facebook, what's the difference between a trumpet and a cornet?
Right. And we have to wrap things up, but before we go, I just want to ask you each one question.
Okay.
The worst holiday food you've ever tasted.
Oh, gosh.
Well, we have plans. We have big plans to release a holiday willet where we're going to eat some nasty stuff.
Nice.
I cannot say what those things are.
But, you know...
But so short of
So
that,
stay
what's the
tuned.
nastiest thing? Holiday?
Well, a lot of people
Never
don't...
eaten a fruitcake.
A lot of people don't like the sausage and cheese and cracker like set that
All right,
your
the can, stuff that
grandparents
comes
send
out
you.
of a can.
Well, no, the stuff that it's in a box and
All
it's a
right, yes.
log
No,
of
you
sausage
see
and
it
a
at
log
like
of
Walmart,
cheese.
and you can see everything that you want to eat, and it's just
Right.
under plastic.
Right.
My grandpa used to send us that, and I was the only one in my family that would eat it, and I would eat the entire thing.
Good
I'd
for your
sit down with
cholesterol.
one of those summer sausages that was like this big, and as like a 11-year-old, I would consume the entire thing. So I don't.
Why is it called a
Basically,
summer
no
sausage?
holiday food is gross enough for you.
Well,
Until-
what we're planning to eat on our next episode of Willet, the season finale of
Yeah.
Good Mythical Morning, I think will be the nastiest holiday
Excellent.
food.
What was the
Excellent.
cookies?
Looking forward to it.
The beans and Frank's cookies.
Was your idea, but haggis cookies, you actually.
Yeah,
Haggis
right.
cookies.
Yeah, haggis cookies.
That
was
is
nice.
disgusting.
It tastes like Christmas. No, that's the beans and Frank cookies.
Well, thank
tastes
you
like
so
Christmas.
much for joining us on
course.
the set of your own
Thanks
show.
for joining us in a place where
Yeah, after
Where
you
we
leave,
join
we're just
you.
going to continue doing our job from here because this is where we're at for 24 hours a day.
And check out Buddy System on YouTube Red. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
yeah, don't forget
Don't forget.
to tuck it up.